I think you'll find the concept of functions being increasing, decreasing, or constant is pretty easy. Keep in mind that we always read a function, read a graph from left to right. Even though there may be arrows at both ends, don't let this fool you into reading the function from the middle out. We're not going like this. So that we say, oh, well, both ends are up. That's not the way we do it in algebra. We start at the farthest left point, and then we follow it around from left to right. So even on a parabola like this, we would start at the farthest left point, and we would follow it from left to right. So that with this function, rather than seeing it as something that goes up on both ends, we would see it as something that's going down until we get to here, and then it starts going up. Anytime it's going down, it's decreasing. Anytime it's going up, it's increasing. So let me see if I can draw one a little bit straighter. Let's say we had a function that was going like this. It starts at this point, it ends at this point, and the points you can see where it's changing. Here, it's going up until it gets to this point. It's flat to this point. It's going down to this point, and then it starts going up again till it gets to here and it stops. Now, the thing you have to remember is that when you list intervals of increase, intervals of decrease, and intervals where the function is constant, the increase, decrease, and constant is always given only in terms of the x values where the y is right over here, is doing that. At this point, let's go ahead and just assign some numbers. So let's say this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They don't care what the y values actually are. What they're asking for is over what set of x values the y values are increasing or decreasing or staying the same. They don't care what the y values actually are. They want to know what X intervals the Y values are increasing, decreasing, or staying constant. Now notice in this case, the domain, now that we have put in numbers here, the domain is from -7 to +7. And I did not actually do that on purpose, but that's fine. And I'm using brackets because it's included. I'm not going to bother to put the range because in this case, we don't care. The Y values are going up. If I were to give the points here, so this is -7, -3, this is -6, I don't know, 6.5, 3.5, 2.5. -2.5 here. This one's -5, -2, -4, 2. Well, these values, it would be between 3 and 2. And then here the values are increasing gradually to 1, and then they increase gradually up to, say, this is a 2. So the Y values are going from -3 up to 2, but they don't care. This is important. They don't care what the Y values are. They only want to know over what set of X values the Y values are increasing. So as X goes from -7 to -2, the Y values are increasing. Now, some books include the endpoints and some books don't. I personally agree with not including the endpoints because the definition of a point where the graph is increasing is that the point immediately to the left has a smaller Y value and the point immediately to the right has a bigger Y value. At this point, there is no point to the left. It doesn't exist. So it could not actually fulfill the definition of increasing at this point. So if we start with parentheses -7, which would be just beyond the -7, and then just before we get to the -2, we stop. Because when X is -2, from -2 over to +2, the Y values are constant. So from -2 to 2 is an interval where the Y values are constant. From 2 to 4, it's decreasing. And then as the X goes from 4 to 7, the Y values are once again increasing. So we'd put a union sign between that. So that was from 4 to 7. And that's all you have to do to put it down intervals of increase, decrease, and constant. Read it from left to right and put it in terms of the X values. You need to know whether for your particular course, the instructor or the teacher or the author of the book, whatever, prefers that you include the endpoints or not, because there are some, that's not quite as standardized as we would expect most things in math to be. So that's all there is to it. Let me know if you have any questions. I will talk to you later. Bye.